Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and today I have my buys and buys for February. So this is the video that I go over my empties and also all the products that I brought into my collection. This series and this video was originally inspired by another YouTuber named Anne. I always do have her linked down below in my description box. So I keep all of my empties in this old popcorn bucket. So this is my trash can, a little bit of a sneak peek of all the items that we have in here. It's almost full, but my husband wanted to get the Dune popcorn bucket. If you guys have seen it going around, we went and saw Dune on Friday. The Friday it released, we went and saw it, and they had the popcorn bucket there. My husband was nudging me. I'm like, no, but I have a feeling if we did get that popcorn bucket, that would probably end up being my new trash bucket. Not because the movie was trash, but just because the popcorn bucket is hilarious. So now that I got my movie reviews out of the way, I do have some really exciting empties. And if you caught my Project Pan video that posted on the 5th, of course, some of these will not be a surprise to you, but I have a lot of other really good empties in here and some decent things that I brought in. A little bit of a quick recap, and I will link my January update up there. I have a puppy that I think is fly hunting right now. Hopefully he does not knock into my tripod, but I'll link my January up in the eye and down below. I always have my playlist linked down below, but in January I did go in the quote-unquote negative because of all the ColourPop primers that I ended up purchasing, and so I started off this month with a quote-unquote negative balance. And I say quote-unquote because I always say I do not put my bank account into the negative for makeup, neither should you, and so it is something where I basically just pay myself back when the next deposit hits. But I definitely bounced back in February, so let's get into it. I've been watching a lot of budgeting YouTube, and Nara is leaving the room, and in the budgeting world, whenever you have a month with 3 paychecks, they call that a magic month. So February was a magic month for me, and so I did get 3 paychecks, and so I did have 3 deposits of these $75 into my savings account that I use for my beauty purchases. And you guys know I always pop up my graphics and my spreadsheets so that you guys can see exactly where my money is going. I want to be very transparent just because I preach conscious consumerism and being mindful about your purchases and not going into debt for makeup. So I want to be transparent with what I am doing as well. So let me go ahead and let's see, what do I want to do? Let me go through my bucket and divide everything out into categories, and then we'll start going through my empties. All right, and my eye is really watering today. So if the makeup slowly wears off of the corner of this eye, I can't help it. My eye has decided to water. So let's go ahead and start with makeup. Some of these things you'll have seen in projects as being emptied, but I want to, of course, go over everything in the numbers. One thing that I do want to mention is that last month in my numbers and in my totals, I did include this mini of the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. I did technically finish this mascara in January, but I love the wand so much that I kept it in my drawer, and I'll show you guys. It's just a rubber bristled. The bristles are a little bit bigger on one side than the other, and it has a little bit of a curve to it. But I love this wand so much that I kept it in my drawer to just comb through my other mascaras and help separate my eyelashes. So while this is an empty and it is done and it was counted in January, I wanted to at least say, hey, this was done and account for it in this video, because of course in my end of year empties this will be in there, and like I said, I want to be transparent and honest with what I am going through. So I am currently actually using a full size of this right now. That is the mascara that I have on my lashes today. I absolutely love it, and so this was an empty for January, and it's not counted in this month's numbers, but it was counted in last month's numbers. So now that that's out of the way, next empty is one of my setting sprays. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day setting spray, and I get mine in the coconut scent. This is one of my holy grails. I have 3 of these in backup, which I will go through almost all of those this year, and so definitely love this one. Always a repurchase. This should not be a surprise to anybody. This was in my project pan. It is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This was, I think this was number 6. Do I have it written down in here? Yes, so this was number 6 that I've been tracking. I did purchase 11 of these last month, and that was in my buys and buys from last month, but this is my Holy Grail primer. I absolutely love it, and so glad to get another one done. I also went through an e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is in neutral brown, I believe. The writing on this is so small that it is extremely hard for me to see it, but I love the little tiny wand that it has on it. And I'll tell you guys a tiny secret with what I do. So I have my hairline powder that I made to do like my root touch-ups. I actually, because the medium brown is not as warm as I wanted it to be, and so I actually took a little bit of the shavings, like I kind of crushed up a little bit of my hairline powder and I mixed it in with here, and it actually made a really good color because of course it helps my eyebrows match my hair. I do dye my hair, but I do not dye my eyebrows, so I usually end up tinting them with a brow mascara. I've already repurchased a replacement of this, and I already did scrape some of my hairline powder into that replacement just so that I can kind of tone it to the color that I am looking for. So this is an empty, and I think the most exciting one that happened during my project pan is that I was able to finally use up, and my lights are washing out this white packaging, but my Fenty highlighter. So this is the Mean Money and Hustler Baby. This compact has been empty since last year. I had I had repressed these shades into my Tarte palette, and it took me a total of like 238 uses, I think, to go ahead and complete both of the sides of this compact. So definitely, you probably don't need more highlighters in your collection because we probably all have about 17 years of highlighter in our collection, which I'm kind of filming these a little bit out of order, and I'm filming this video actually earlier in the month than I usually do, but I have filmed my highlight repressing video. That went up on the 10th. Puppy dog has a squeaky toy out in the living room, so we'll see if I have to go grab that from him. But yes, the highlighter repressing video went up on the 10th. That's if I like the footage, but I think I'm going to have to post it regardless because I promised you guys that I would do it, and I can't undo what I did. I do have one of the repressed highlighters on my cheeks today, and God, that's beautiful. I am so happy with the way that they turned out, so I will make sure to link that video up in the cards and also down below, but that is the last video that went up on my channel. So if you have been curious about how I do my repressing, I have a full video where I'm repressing. I think I ended up doing like 4 or 5 different products that I repressed, and so definitely you're going to want to check that one out. But I'm super thrilled to have used this up, but that also means that since I repressed a bunch of stuff together, like I said, I probably have, what, 5 years of highlight in my collection right now, so I definitely do not need to be bringing any more highlights into my collection. So that was all of my makeup empties. Let me put them back in the bucket and we will move on to skincare. So first skincare empty, I did pick up a Vanny Cream Daily Facial Moisturizer. I picked this up last November, so you guys would have seen that in that buys and buys. Emily Noel was talking a lot about the Vanny Cream product, and because I started using Different Gel and I continued to use my prescription strength of the azelaic acid, you guys know, if you've been here for a while, I struggle with that word every single time, so please forgive me. But since I've been using more actives on my face, I really wanted a great hydrator and moisturizer that would help with my barrier, and ceramides are great for that. And actually my allergy doctor said that some people can be sensitive to CeraVe. There's particular ingredients in there that some people are sensitive to, so he said if my skin continues to act up, maybe I should take a step away from CeraVe and try Vanny Cream. And I don't think that I have a reaction to CeraVe, but Vanity Cream has been amazing. This was a beautiful consistency. I would even wear this in the daytime. This was a little bit more liquidy and lightweight. Beautiful product. So loved this. Next empty we can do is I have a couple minis. So I wanted to get some minis out of my skincare fridge. So this is the Innisfree Green Tea Seed Hyaluronic Acid Toner. This came in a set that I got last probably October or November when Sephora was having one of their sales. This is one of my holy grail toners, and so I got a mini in the kit, and it was very easy for me to use this up. The next mini is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration. You guys saw this in my buys and buys from last month from an e.l.f. order, and I told you guys that I had already dug everything out and put it into my airless pump that I use for my moisturizers, but this was a mini. It was easy to go through. I actually really do like this moisturizer, and I have the Holy Hydration daily moisturizer in the pump tube. I have 4 of those in backup to be able to use this year, so I do really love the e.l.f. moisturizers. Let's do the other moisturizer. So this is the Biossance Squalene Omega Repair Cream. Just a tiny sample of it. I've gotten a couple samples of this before. It is a beautiful cream. I love it, but I would never pay full price for this. But anytime I can get a free mini, I am definitely going to reach for that. Then in my project pan, I have the sister product to this, but last year, the birthday gift at Sephora, I picked the Glow Recipe one. So this is the toner. So the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore Tight Toner. My mouth had a hard time getting through that, but this is fine. I prefer my Paula's Choice BHA toner, but I was able to get through this. I have a little bit of an issue with the consistency of this. It's a little bit thicker of a product, and so like, okay, if you've had this product before, then I'm sure you can compare the consistency of this to whatever you want, but I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to make myself nauseous, but the consistency of this I had a problem with. So this is not something that I would pick up probably ever if I can help it. But I did get through it. So the last skincare empty that I have is an eye cream, and this is from Glow Oasis. This came in a FabFitFun last year, I believe, but this is their probiotic triple peptide refreshing eye cream. I saw no difference with this. I mean, I was happy to be able to try it and get an eye cream in FabFitFun. I love using that subscription box as a way to get skincare to try out, but this is not anything I would reach for. I think this was a choice in a recent box, and I knew right away that I could skip over it. So I don't know if I have too of a mature eye situation for something like this, even though it's peptides. And isn't that supposed to be helping with like firming and that kind of stuff? It didn't work for me. I used it up, but it didn't work. So we can move on from that. All right, I have a little bit of a mixed category with this, but we can do the fragrance first. And so this is the Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb Midnight. I used up a full 1 ounce of this last year, and so I did have a travel size of it. I tracked my usage just for fun because I love to see how long it takes me to use up products. So definitely I love this scent. Anara's coming back in now. You're okay, babe. You can go lay down. But I really do love this scent. I'm glad to have be able to kind of give it a rest for a little bit, and I want to try some different things after going through a full size last year and then the travel size in what it took me. I was tracking for about 4 months to get this done, so definitely I'm ready to move on to something else. And I was super excited when some perfumes got rolled into my Project 10 uses. Shameless plug, I'll link that one, but I did have 3 perfumes rolled into that project, and I have been loving wearing those as well. So another perfume empty. I'm getting a little bit of an itch to buy a new perfume, so if you guys have a favorite that has been released recently or just something that's a little bit more unique, I like things that are a little bit more gourmand, not spicy. I don't like jasmine in my fragrances. Let's see here. I really want to smell the Viktor and Rolf Tiger Lily perfume that just came out. So I might have to swing into an Ulta and check that out because I do always love Viktor and Rolf perfumes. There's a Ralph Lauren one that it's in the pink bottle and the main note is like raspberries, so it smells like very heavy of raspberries. I really want that one, but they don't have a travel size of it. And I'm not spending $120 on a perfume that just smells like raspberries. But if you guys have any recommendations for what is your favorite perfume, leave them down below because I am itching for a new one. If you guys hear my AC clicking on and off, and actually I have my fan on above me, Florida has finally decided that it is summer. We are skipping over spring like we usually do. We go from it being 30 degrees at night to now being 70, what is it outside? 75 degrees outside. Feels like 77 because it's muggy and it's supposed to rain for the next couple days. Excellent. Love it. Thank you, Florida. So the next two empties that I have are nail items. So I do have a nail polish empty. This is Essie, is this Penny Talk? Yeah, Penny Talk. And I mean, you guys will see, it looks like there's stuff in there. This thing is empty and dry. Like there's nothing coming out on that. So I really did like this. I prefer some other nail polishes, which, oh my God, I need to pull those out of my drawer. I had a nail polish purchase this month or in February, but I don't count my nail polishes towards my budget, so I will have to remember to pull those out of the drawer so I can show you guys what I picked up, as I have no nail polish on. But I need to do yard work after this, so I didn't want to do my nails and then do yard work. But the other thing is a nail or a cuticle oil. So I actually ended up getting, which let me reach behind me. I picked up these like cuticle oil pens from Amazon, and I have filled, after I dumped this into a few of these pens, then I just purchased vitamin E oil and I put the vitamin E oil in this, and that helps remind me to put cuticle oil on my nails. Since I have been enjoying painting my nails more, I want to take care of the skin around my nails. So I was having a hard time using this on its own, but as soon as I put them into the clicky pens, I flew through it. I have one of the pens right here by my workstation, and then I have one of these pens by my bedside, and I flew through this. So I was very happy. This is the CND Solar Oil. I picked this up on a recommendation from Jessica Braun like 4 or 5 years ago. So, influenced even back then. I love it, but happy to have two nail items rolling out. Telling you, this was a big month for empties. I'll go over this one real quick. So this is just a bag from Lush. It has a little bit of something that leaked on it, but every time, so I get the bubble bars, the Comforter bubble bar, which is this swirled pink and white one. I love the way it smells. I love taking and actually my husband loves taking bubble baths from time to time. So anytime that I pick up a new bubble bar, I save the packaging so that I can show you guys, hey, I picked up another bubble bar and this is my empty from the other one that we used up. So that's how I kind of treat it. There is a Lush down by the movie theater that we go to whenever we want to see like the IMAX and stuff like that. We have a tiny movie theater in the town we live in, but if we ever want to actually go to a really nice theater, and I think we went to the Dolby Theater that had like the reclining seats and stuff like that, but there's a Lush down there. There's a Sephora, but I did not go in. My husband did not. He goes, nope, we don't need anything from there, but he did let me venture into Lush and pick up another bubble bar. This does not go into my budget. This is more of like a self-care plus a thing that me and him do together with bubble baths. So this does not count. I just wanted to show you guys, hey, I really like the Comfort bubble bars from Lush. I have cold brew today. Again, it's 75 degrees outside in my Tulane cup. My husband went to Tulane. I did not. But we do support them. What is it? Go Green Wave, I think, is their mascot and their chant. So we will root for Tulane while I am drinking my cold brew. Let's move on to my last category is skin or body care-ish. And then I do have one declutter. So I used up one of my Hemp's banana, which is sugar banana and vanilla blossom. And it says limited edition on here. No, this needs to be forever. forever. I have another one of these in my closet, and I'm hoping that Ulta puts Hemp's on sale so I can pick up another one. If not, I have a $10 off a $50 purchase, and I might just go like pick up a couple things. Like I need some more zit stickers. I need another bottle of this. So we'll see if I make an Ulta purchase in the next couple days, because I think that coupon is good until the 7th, and it's the 5th today. So apparently I need to go shopping, but this is my favorite scent. I want to be covered in banana all the time, and I love the Hemp's lotion. I have eczema on my hands and I have really dry skin, so I am constantly, pretty much anytime I wash my hands, I need to put lotion on. So speaking of my eczema, I have 2 of these. So body care does not come out of my budget because I don't have a category for it. And really, like I said, body care is not something that I struggle with. And then these don't come out of my budget because I basically treat these like health care, because if I don't have eczema cream for my hands will be cracking and breaking out and flaring and horrible. So I keep the little ones in my purse and I keep the big one by my bedside. And so I went through 2 eczema creams. Those also don't count in my Empties total. I just am always curious how many of those I go through per year. Another product that I was influenced from Jessica Braun is the Aveeno Positive Radiant 60-second in shower facial. Who else remembers her raving about this? But this is actually the second one that I've gone through. I don't think I will repurchase. I have other ways of exfoliating that I prefer, but this is a really, really nice product. As you guys can see, it is totally done. I didn't cut it open because at this point, this is probably 2.5 years old, and the stuff that's at the bottom is so thick that I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to cut it open. So this is a body and bath empty. And then my last empty is one of my Burt's Bees chapsticks. I keep these on me all the time. This is in the chai flavor. They come out with these during the fall time, and I love the flavor of this. So when I saw that, I found a couple of these at TJ Maxx, so I picked up a ton of these. I almost cursed. I try not to curse on my channel. I do curse. I curse like a sailor in my real life, but I try not to curse on my channel. So I almost said the S word. Shame on me. But I picked up a ton of these whenever I found them on sale. Again, these also don't count towards my budget because these are almost kind of like, I would treat this like deodorant. Like, I need this in my life. This is not a want. This is a need. So just like the eczema cream is a need, this is a need. So I'm not penalizing myself for needs. I keep myself in check for wants. So we'll put it that way. But these are my body care items. So we'll put those to the side and we'll get into my declutter. You better not eat that. You good? You wagged your tail, so obviously you're good. So my one declutter, and this was not even counted in my inventory. Maybe I just want to do a little bit of a quick review on it, but this is a little sample of the Haus Labs Triclone Foundation, I think is what it's called. I did get this sample free with a Sephora order last year. I do have it in 100 Light Neutral. The shade was not bad. It's the formula. This formula does not work with my skin. It does not look good. I've even tried mixing this in with my other foundation just to see if I could get it used up or find a way that I would like this. And no, so I am gonna declutter the rest of this. This is actually a really good size. I got like 3 applications out of this, and if I hadn't shaken it up, I was only about down to there with 3 applications. So you could probably get a full 7 days of applications out of one of these samples. So I think that's awesome that Haus Labs gives out this size of a sample because it really lets you try it with all of your different products, but just does not work for me. So that is all of my empties. Look at that overflowing bucket. I love it. Let me pull up my spreadsheet and we will go over some numbers. So looking at all of my items, the only thing I didn't include the cuticle oil in here because I don't remember how much it cost me back then. I never had it listed on anything, but for the things that I do know and I do count, we had a total empties of $217.57. So we pretty much doubled what our empties were last month. And this is where I think that I'm going to start to see more momentum with my empties, because now we are 3 months into the year, which still boggles my mind that I will be doing quarterly updates at the end of March. I can't think about it, but our total empties for the year, we are at $320.17. I do have an arbitrary goal of $2,000 in empties. I've been able to beat that the last, I think, 3 years. That number really doesn't matter, but it keeps me in check, knowing that I am getting things out of my collection. And also I'm rolling out so many older products. Let me actually look through this. So going through the purchases, let's see, 7 of the items were bought last year. 2 were bought in 2020, 1 was bought in 2021, 2 of the items are from 2024, and the oldest item in this empties is the highlighter that is from 2017. So while I do have some things in my collection that are older, the fact of the matter is the oldest thing in here is from 2020. And that was the nail polish and the perfume. Those were from 2020. So again, things I'm not really worried about going bad really quickly, but this makes me very happy that I'm getting to the point with my collection that things are not extremely old and I'm rotating through things in a good, I don't want to say the word good, but I'm rotating through things in a mindful manner. So let me go ahead and put my bucket to the side. Let me pull my purchases up and we will go over the items that came into my collection. All right, so I have my purchases up here. I will say that one of the purchases I don't have with me. I'll have to pop up a picture, and that is because it is technically a pre-order. I'm hoping that it's going to ship within the first week or 2 of March. I have not gotten shipping notification, and like I said, I am filming this on the 4th of March. So I don't know when I'm actually going to get it. It's something that I'm totally okay with it being a pre-order. I knew it was a pre-order whenever I purchased it, so I will just have to pop up a picture and let you guys see what that item is. But that was my last purchase of the month, so we will get to that one last. So my first purchase of March was hair care, and hair care does not count towards my beauty budget, mainly because I only have things in my hair care rotation that I'm using. So I'm not, and maybe I need to address this so that people don't think that I'm cheating with my own beauty budget. So hair care, I do not have an issue with. All 7 items that were in my inventory for the end of the year for hair care, I am using. I am actively using. So in my mind, if I am bringing in things that sit in a drawer and that are back stock, that's when I have an issue with it. That's when I have to say that my money sitting in a drawer is not helpful. So for hair care, I think I spent just over $100 in hair care all of 2023. So again, not an issue with my spending and my kind of like mindset with wanting to bring things in or hoard them. So both of these items are things that actually this one I had to pull out of my shower, and this one is underneath my sink, but it'll get rolled in as soon as this one's done. And I purchased both of them just because I know and I love both of the formulas, so I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use first, but I did want to have both of them. So they are both Shea Moisture hair masks, and so this one is the Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthening and Restore Treatment Mask, and I mean, that's what this one looks like, and you can already see how much I've used of this one, and that is from the beginning of February. So I go hard on my hair masks. I only wash my hair about twice a week, and so I don't use regular conditioner. I only use hair masks. This one is still sealed, and so this will be the next one that I pull in. I've noticed that my hair is getting very, very dry, and it's actually doing its own thing today. So I just put it up in a ponytail, but I don't know what my hair is doing today. Frustration. Then this other one here is the Manuka Honey, and I actually just looked up how to pronounce this, so I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right. Maphora oil, If I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, I am so, so sorry. I am going off what the internet told me, but we always know the internet does not always have the right answers. But the Manuka honey and Maphora oil intense hydration hair mask. So this one in the darker container. So these two, I absolutely love these masks. I think that they do wonderful things for my hair. So these came in to my collection. And like I said, it does not count. But let me scroll down because so far this year, I've only spent $26 on hair care. So I'm not worried about going overboard with those. The next item that I purchased also does not go towards my budget, and you guys would have seen this already, but I did pick up another palette from Give Me Glow. This is their just empty magnetic palettes. It is this beautiful burgundy glitter, and what is this actually called? The magenta glitter. I wouldn't call this magenta, I would call this burgundy, but hey, each their own. But this has all of my lethal shades in it. You guys saw this in my palette video. And also ranking the eyeshadows that I picked up in 2023, you guys would have seen this palette. I think these palettes are great quality. The lethal shades fit perfectly inside them, and I can't wait to see what they come out for springtime to see if I want to pick up any more palettes. But I did pick this one up. It was $13. And I'm very, very happy to have that and have all of my lethal shades kind of together in one palette. So now we are finally getting into the items that do count towards my budget. And so the first one is I picked up a large pump bottle of the Vanny Cream. So this is their regular moisturizing lotion, where the other one is the daily hydrator. So this one is a thicker consistency, and I did want the bigger bottle with the pump. So I use this in conjunction with some of my actives at night. If I'm using my Differin gel, this is the moisturizer that I am putting on because I want those ceramides, I want that extra hydration and that layer, and so I really do enjoy this. I got this off of Amazon, 13 bucks. The next item I picked up, and I'm going to blame Andy for this, and she does not know that I'm blaming her for this, but I like to kind of cut my more expensive powders with a drugstore powder to make them last longer. And last year I was doing it with the e.l.f. Halo Glow, and I've heard so many people rave about this powder, and I think Emily Noel raves about this as well. And what I need to realize is I'm pretty sure that Andy and Emily have very different skin types than me. But I did pick up the Wet n Wild Photo Finish Powder. And again, I've never tried this. I know this had a big following a couple years ago on YouTube and in the beauty space. I never picked it up. I never tried it, but I did pick it up. This was $6.50. So again, I'm not breaking the bank with this, and you get a crap ton of powder. How much is in here? 20 grams. Crap ton of powder. But I annihilated this packaging. Like, it was so hard to get this sifter out. So I ended up like basically breaking the packaging and getting in there with my pliers and pulling it out, because the main thing is I wanted to mix this in with my other powders. So I do have this mixed in with my Nakia Joy powder right now, and then I have another container of 10 grams of this like standing by to see what I want to do with it. This does not, it's beautiful and it sets down, it mixes well with my other powder, it sets my makeup down beautifully, but it does not do anything to hold my oils back. I feel like my oils actually come out quicker when I use this powder. So if you have oily skin, I probably would say no to this. The Coty Airspun powder actually does a little bit better for my oils, but it's just the smell, and I know I'm trying to hunt down a unscented version of that. But this, I will get through it, but it's not anything that I would repurchase. And again, I'm blaming Andy on this purchase. I did swing into Ulta for this next purchase, and I had tried to look for this at Walmart and I could not find it, and so I ended up needing to go to Ulta, and it took me forever in Ulta to find this too. But this is a brand new tube of the NYX Glitter Primer. So I use the glitter primer every single day to help my shimmer shades stick down. I do have oily lids. My eyeshadow creases a lot if I don't use this. And if you guys saw, I rolled my other one into my deck of panning, and as of the 4th, I still have not finished it up, but it is super close. So I did need to go ahead and repurchase another one of these. The one that I'm going through right now, that is tube number 2 that I've gone through in the past couple years, but it does take about 2 years for me to go through one of these tubes because you need so little. So I did pick up this, and while I was in there, I also went and picked up an eye cream from Good Molecules. This is their Yerba, is that how it's pronounced? The Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. I heard a couple people talking about how good this was, and not only that, but it's good for the price, because this is a $6 eye cream, and I have not opened the box. So it just comes in actually the tin packaging, which I really like that you can recycle these, but man, that sounds hollow and empty. Probably a big old air bubble in there, but that means that this has, it has the fresh seal on it with the little thing that you can break the seal. So I am going through my Kiehl's eye cream right now, and that will take me probably the majority of the year. But I did want to pick this up and at least try this and see what I thought, because a $6 eye cream is a whole lot better than a $60 eye cream. But I'm trying to take care of my under eyes because I am turning 40 this year, and my eye wrinkles are showing their stuff to the world. So I did pick up those two. Then I did place a ColourPop order. You guys would have seen a couple of these items kind of popping up. I do have one of them rolled into a project, but the main reason that I placed an order is because I needed another one of my BFD cleansing oils. I do keep this in my shower, and this is my favorite cleansing oil, where the Clinique is my favorite cleansing balm. So were they having a sale? Yeah, because everything is marked down. So they were having a sale, so I went ahead and picked this up. I refused to pay for shipping. There was enough things that I could get from ColourPop that I refused to pay for shipping. But the other item from ColourPop that I picked up one of their cream gel eyeliners, but this is one of their duochrome ones. And so this is in Wild Idea. And this one shifts from like a green to a teal. I can never really get the shift to show on camera. Maybe you can see that it turns teal and then it goes green. And so, I mean, I think this is beautiful. This is actually rolled into a prompt for my deck of panning right now. So I really wanted to try this out. The thing that I noticed about these liners is that the shift only lasts about an hour or two. And then for some reason, I don't know if the pigments like lay down in, they go to the lighter color green. So that green that you're seeing right there, that's the main pigment that it wants to stay in. That teal is not what it wants to stay in. So the pigments kind of end up laying down and being that color green right there, which again, I love that color green, but a little disappointed in the fact that that shift does not stay. I did pick up another shadow stick. I never thought that I would be somebody who is now obsessed with shadow sticks, but the Laura Mercier shadow stick changed me in some way. I actually do have another one of the ColourPop shadow sticks on my eyes today, but this one is in Socialite. It is just a beautiful champagne kind of rosy shade right there. Very reflective, very beautiful. I love popping this like right under here to brighten up my eyes, or kind of taking it up along here where I usually do a little bit of my highlight to, again, like brighten up that inner corner. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, they don't stay as well as the Laura Mercier ones, but for, what were these, $7? They last long enough. So very happy to have this one. Now, I also, the last thing in this ColourPop order is I did pick up another lipstick. So Again, everything was on sale. I think I needed, what was the lipstick was $8. So I think I needed another like $7 for free shipping. And so I ended up picking up this lipstick, and the shade is in Still Crazy, which I went back and forth with a bunch of these shades, but that is the shade right there. And I didn't necessarily pick this up for a lipstick. I picked this up for a cream blush. So after I have used as much as I can of my Franken Cream blush, this will probably get pulled out of the bullet, melted down, and turned into a Franken Cream blush. That is just the way that I prefer to do it. I know I could have gotten one of e.l.f.'s, not e.l.f.'s, but ColourPop's like cream cheek sticks, like the actual like cheek products. That formula is so stiff and dry that I don't really like it. I prefer a lipstick formula, and I love the Luxe lipstick formula. It is beautiful. This actually kind of looks like the shade Infamous that I'm not having fun panning right now. So apparently I have a type that I like, but I just don't like wearing it on my lips. But I love this formula, and I don't know if I'll ever show you guys this, but I picked up some like apparatus to actually make my own lipstick bullets. Screw it, let me just show you. So this is the packaging for my ColourPop Virgo Moon lipstick that I finished last year. But this is not Virgo Moon. This is a combination of like lip balm and lipsticks that I melted together, put into a lipstick form, and then put into here. And let me roll it back down. This is very sheer because again, like it actually pretty much has no color. Let me show you guys. It pretty much has no color. So it is basically a lip balm, but I put it into the bullet, and the bullet that I picked out actually has like the star pattern that comes on ColourPop lipsticks. So if I ever did want to like turn this back into a lipstick, or if I wanted to reuse this packaging and make my own lip color, technically I could. So I don't know if I'll ever like film a short because I just tried it for the first time. But okay, so there is a YouTube channel called Cosmetic Up, and they are an Asian YouTube channel, but they basically do a lot of repairs on broken makeup. And it's like ASMR for me, and I kind of watch it at nighttime whenever I'm relaxing. But that is where I kind of saw all of these things that you can use to like make your own products. So if you guys want to check it out, you can do that on your own time, but that is kind of what the inspiration was for me, and I am so thrilled with how my little lipstick turned out. So very thrilled about that, and thrilled about having a lipstick that I can turn into a cream blush later on this year, depending on how I'm feeling about it. So those are all the things that I have in front of me to show you. The last thing that I purchased, and I actually purchased this on the 15th, but again, it was a pre-order, so it's not going to ship out yet. But I picked up, this was for the Valentine's Day sale, but I picked up a bundle from Nikia Joy Cosmetics. So she makes my absolute favorite Holy Grail powder. I love the Velvet Finishing Powder, and it smells like vanilla, and it's beautiful, even though she does have an unscented version now, which, I mean, I know some people are sensitive to scents, but that vanilla scent is just so beautiful. But the bundle that I picked up has one of the regular loose Velvet Finishing Powders, then it has one of the Velvet Pressed Finishing Powders, and then it has the pink powder. So her new item that she's coming out with, which is part of the pre-order, is the pink powder. I think I had mentioned a couple videos ago that I was interested in trying a pink powder, and that if she came out with one, that I would be very interested in picking it up because I love her formula. So when she had a bundle that I think it was marked 20% off, so I got those 3 powders and it came to a total of $88. So of course that does come out of my makeup budget, but I'm going through powder a lot quicker than I have in the past, and I don't know what has changed, but I'm trying to cut some of the powder with this so I don't go through my expensive powders as much. But I knew that I would need to pick up more powder before when I restock at the end of the year during Black Friday. That means during Black Friday, I might have to pick up 3 or 4 powders for the year. My skin is eating powder right now, so I don't know what the difference is. But definitely, I'm super excited about that coming in, and I'll have to give you guys an update and a kind of review on the pink powder once I have tried it. But I am very excited about having even more ways of canceling out these dark under eyes. The old dog that is soundly sleeping underneath my table over here, he woke me up at 2:30 in the morning last night to go out. The night before that, he woke me up at midnight. The night before that, he woke me up at 1. So I'm not sleeping well because my poor old dog is waking me up in the middle of the night, and then he sleeps for the rest of the day. But you guys, I literally told myself, don't forget about the nail polish, and then I forget about the nail polish. So I am popping in, don't mind the wardrobe change. I am ready to go outside and start my yard work, but I did want to share my nail polishes that I picked up. So I did an order from, as I make a lot of noise, I picked up, what is it? 4 polishes plus a top coat from I Love Nail Polish. So is it ILNP? And their collections are so beautiful. I have a few more things that are on my wish list, but I wanted to start with these just to see if I would like the formula. So the first one, which is easy, is their clear coat, and this is their glass candy. That's what they call this one. I've not tried this top coat yet because I'm trying to finish up my Holo Taco one, but this is going to be the next top coat that I'm going to try. And then I picked up this beautiful, like coppery orange shimmer, and this one is called Misery. I think this was from either one of the fall or one of the Halloween collections, so this is absolutely beautiful. I do love this. I've already put this on my fingernails, and it is just beautiful. I love these like shimmery types of formula because you really just can't mess up with them. So this was the first one that I picked up. This green one I actually had on in my Project Pan video, and also in my repressing video I had this shade on, and this is Olive Grove. Again, I love this like forest olive green, and the sparkle in it is absolutely beautiful. Then I picked up this purple iridescent one. See if I can get the camera to focus on it. Absolutely gorgeous. This one is called Sidekick. This one is very, very beautiful. It has this purple base coat to it, but when you're out in the sunlight, it sparkles with the rainbow of Holo. And so love this one in Sidekick. And then this last one is this beautiful, like, do we call these multi-chromes or like duochromes in the nail polish world? But it is absolutely stunning. This one is called Hidden Treasure, and it is as beautiful on the nails as it is in the bottle. So I love this purple. I felt like I was missing some purples in my collection, and I will say this, I only tried Holo Taco's formula last year. That was my first time ordering from them, and I think that their like shimmer formula that is kind of equivalent to what these are, that's kind of like a solid shimmer, those are beautiful. Their flakes are beautiful, but I think that I like the formula for the ILNP. I think I like this formula better than Holo Tacos. Again, I've only put each one of these, I've done a manicure with each one of these once, and I mean, it lasted beautifully, like hardly any chipping. Let me make my noise setting them down, but Love these. So there is more that is on my wish list, and I'm constantly looking at the new collections that they're coming out with. But those are the nail polishes that I ended up picking up from the I Love Nail Polish brand, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I'll have them linked down below if you guys want to check them out on their site. And I guess I can kind of chime in now that, of course, none of my links are affiliated. I'm a small channel. If my links ever do become affiliated, I will definitely let you know, and I will have them notated in the description box. But for right now, I just put my links down there out of the goodness of my heart and the convenience of you guys. Now, I have no idea where I'm going to slap this section into the video, but back to whatever part of the video that I put this into. So back to past me who totally spaced out about the nail polish. So talking about our numbers, at the end of last month, we had a negative $7.17 in the account. I did have 3 paychecks that posted in February, so we had 3 deposits of $75. No interest this time, which thank you for the comment of that's so Virgo of me to put the interest in there. Hey, it all has to match and it has to balance. So I think interest only posts quarterly on this account, so we will not have any more interest payments for the next couple months. But $75 times 3 went in, and then our total amount that came out for items that count towards the budget was $157. So we take the $225 that went in, we minus the $717 from our negative from the month before, we minus our $157, which was our products, and I have $60.83 remaining at the end of February in my beauty budget. Now, I do anticipate things slowing down quite a bit. I actually was talking with Andy in DMs the other night, and I'm like, I am itching to buy a palette, and nothing has like sparked that in me except for the Cold Moon palette still lives rent-free in my head, even though I know I don't need it. It's living in there. So if I ever felt an impulse, it'd probably be to purchase that palette, but I need to slow down. I need to actually go through and maybe plan out some of my purchases that I'm going to need to make throughout the rest of the year to repurchase things like skincare. I do already have my Black Friday items plugged into my spreadsheets, and I also have the foundation purchase that I'm going to need to make during the summer. I have that one plugged in already, but I need to be mindful of at least building up a little bit of money. I know the Sephora sale was just announced and it's happening in April, and I have no desire to shop it. There is nothing in my loves list that I need. There's nothing new that has come out that is like making me want to add it to cart. Could care less. I'm curious what Ulta is going to have 50% off because that is a better discount, but apart from wanting a new perfume and then the Cold Moon palette living in my head, I have no desire to spend money, which is odd for me. Feels good, but it feels off from my normal mindset about wanting to spend the budget. So I am still learning about myself and learning about how it feels to make these changes. So you guys have been excellent at kind of sharing your successes. And I have to say, I'm really chatty today. I'm sorry. Maybe I need to hang out with adults more. But anytime that I get a comment from you guys and you're like, I've been watching you for a while and you are a big part of what helped me take the first steps to change something. If it's changing a mindset, changing a behavior, changing a habit, or even taking the moment to kind of reflect within yourself and saying, do I need to change something? Anytime that you guys leave a comment like that, it makes my heart so, so happy. And not because I want to sit over here and be like, oh, look at me, but it is because I want to see every single person out there become, and I had to think on this for a minute, but not be stunted by debt, not be surrounded by things that don't matter and things that are not filling the voids within us. I want to see people thriving and meeting their goals and being more financially independent and comfortable. that is the reward, that you guys get to live your life like that. And again, I am not perfect. I am going through my own debt journey. And so the fact that you guys are at least taking a moment to start is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So as the old dog wakes up and interrupts my heartfelt, like I don't even have the words to put into that. I just want you guys to know that every single time I see a comment like that, I am over here cheering for you. And I hope that comes through in my replies where I'm like, I only sit here and babble about makeup. You guys are the ones doing the work in your own lives and figuring out how to make it work in your own situations. So bravo to you. As Jane does a complete circle around my equipment, bravo to you guys. That's all I have to say. Bravo to you guys. So definitely, I don't want to go babbling on for too long, but actually let me pull up and look at one last set of numbers that I'll share with you guys, and then I'll sign off and I'll let you guys get on with your day. So for makeup for the year, I have spent $250.09 on makeup. For skincare, I have spent $64.10. Nothing on palettes. Can I go a whole quarter without buying a palette? Blows my mind. But nothing on palettes, $26 on hair care, nothing on perfumes, and $83 on makeup tools. So that is the rundown of what I have spent my money on. So I appreciate all of you guys. I hope that me being transparent about the numbers and like I'm being accountable to you guys by not hiding what's coming in. I hope that is helpful to you guys in some way. It is extremely helpful to me. And so that's why I continue to love doing these videos. If you guys have questions about anything that I used up or anything that I brought in, let me know down below. Of course, I love our conversations. I love cheering you guys on. I love hearing your successes. The fact that so many of you guys are like, I did well on my budget this month. I didn't go over like I have all the time. My no-buy is going really great. I celebrate the crap out of you guys down there. So please leave me a comment down below and let me know how you're doing. Make sure to subscribe. Give me that big old thumbs up. Let me know that you guys are enjoying my content. I have so many new people finding my channel, and it is because you guys are interacting with me and interacting with each other. And I love the community that we have built here, and I love all the new people that we are bringing in to celebrate with us. So maybe I'm babbling because after this I have to go do yard work and I really don't want to. But let me go ahead and let you guys go, and I'm going to go outside, slather sunscreen all over me, and go outside. And actually I am scattering wildflower seeds at the back of our property so that I can feed the butterflies and the hummingbirds, because we don't mow back there, so it's going to be able to grow up and basically the wildflowers will be all back there. So actually that's what I'm doing. So I feel good about that. But you guys have a beautiful day. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll catch you in my next one.